Oh, it's not? So it's not going to take up that much bandwidth?
It's real black.
So it's not going to take up that much bandwidth?
Mm-hmm. Well, Fortnite, on the other hand,
Well, you're not really. Pulls a lot of bandwidth, huh? Alright, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to have to blow this up a little bit higher. Don't drink the rest of my coffee, dude. That's all I got left. Oh, actually, I did just make some more, didn't I? Pope Fire! What's up? Sierra Whiskey. The regulars. You listened to my idea. I did listen to your idea, Nasser. Thank you. So, yesterday, all my injustice seems so far away. Man, oh man. Ooh, I think I want to talk about that later. Let me get to my Brave browser and open up a window. I should have done this beforehand, sorry.
Pokestar. Michael, let's team up on Pokestar.
So, what I'm going to be doing here, let's see.
Don't do Pokestar. He instant kills.
Dang it.
He did this. Watch.
YouTube.
See, he does this stuff. Look. Anyway.
I told my kids they didn't have to be quiet because I'm not on somebody else's stream, so. You guys don't have to be quiet. It's fine.
No.
I mean, don't be noisy.
I
You don't have to be noisy.
Shouting.
Yeah, I don't want shouting.
Yeah, Mike doesn't know when he shouts.
Yes, you're all annoying. Is JoJo outside again? Gosh, that kid. Alright. Did you ever play Injustice? No, I didn't play Injustice. I don't like fighting games. They bore me. So, alright, I stopped. Where did I stop? I'm just going through my pages here. I stopped here yesterday. What you have here before you are breakdowns for pages 26 to 34. It's a fight scene and such. So I mean, you probably can't even tell what's going on here. I do such really, not breakdowns, just not even complete layouts, just sort of ideas for how I want to panel out and what action I want on each scene. So this is like super crazy, lazy chicken scratch version of a layout. Looks like gear drawings. And that's what I'm going to be doing after we look at a little bit of Injustice. Let's see. I know there was this issue. Oh man. Okay, so there was a full issue between my issue. See, man, I really did do a lot of this book. So, Batcave. I actually sold this page. I don't sell a lot of my pages, but I remember I think in St. Louis, and I ended up selling this page to a collector who was a huge Nightwing Robin fan. So there's Superman. Still, I'm not happy with that face. That doesn't quite look like Superman to me. And then Superman getting mad at Batman. I don't want to read this. I'm not doing a, not doing a read through. Just kind of a flip through so you guys can see the work that I did on Injustice, even though the work I'm doing now is how many times better is the work that I'm doing now. I'm gonna say it's like 5 times better than the work I was doing on these pages. I had some really good Injustice pages that I really liked. Hey people, but when I was like just trying to meet these deadlines and stuff, I don't love everything I've done on Injustice. I'm glad some people do. Okay, here's back to me again. Had to skip a few pages. Gosh, man, at this point, it feels like I've done a half. So this is the first few issues. It feels like I did half of this stuff. Well, I really did do a lot of Injustice. Which would be great if I could get all those fans in here. So, Injustice people, come to me. Come to me. I need you to follow me. I actually just gave page was it? Wait, wasn't it on this page? It's not here? I gave a page away to a friend of mine because he was just a huge Injustice fan, or Aquaman fan. And I'm like, oh, okay. This page.
You mean Bucky?
To Bucky. I gave this page to my friend Bucky from church. And he went and had it, and his mom framed it and all this stuff. So I'm glad he'll love it forever. And I've got just boxes and boxes full of Injustice work. So yeah. So here's Superman being, ultimate super jerk, pulling Atlantis up out of the bottom of the sea. Did I miss some original sketches for this? For this or before this? I did do an original sketch before this, but I will be doing more stuff in a minute. This isn't sketches, this is just really loose layouts, and I'm gonna be drawing in a bit here. It may get boring a little later because I'm gonna be drawing more than talking. Here's something I changed in the script. So in the script, she's lying to Superman, right? And so I was like, well, I'm gonna add a little look of like, being of two minds, sort of instant regret. Like this is the path we're going down. You just lied to Superman, and so I gave her this like look of like, am I doing the right thing? I really wanted it to come out that way, and so once in a while I do add something into the script, even though nobody notices. I don't get any credit anyway. So, what, you guys were talking about that? Oh no, that was later. So, here's a big chunk I did not do. That looks like a full issue's worth of me not working on it. And then we get to the scene. The scene everybody seems to hate. Not Harley. Everybody loves Harley. But this is the one. Actually, I did enjoy doing this one. Solomon Grundy holding his face in his hand. Yeah, so many colors. I'm not gonna complain. I still have this page. I still have most of these pages. So someday maybe I'll sell them, but I don't know. We'll see. Stuck my friend Terry in the background of this one just for fun. And then here's the page everybody hates. Robin, Damian getting mad at Dick, hucking his stick at him.
And he died.
Pop. Falls on the ground. Unceremonious death. Aww. Yeah. Poor Dick just had to die. That is correct.
Is he dead permanently?
Well, he comes back later as
Nightwing?
Deadwing. As Deadman. Deadman gives him his chance. Then poor sad Batman walking away with dead Dick. So that gets us almost a third of the way through this book. So I don't know. You guys have any questions about Injustice before I move on to actually drawing? Nightwing is killed for no reason. Nightwing is killed just to further the plot. The thing about him dying was it was unceremonious. It wasn't like him dying at the hands of some great big thing. It was Damian, just being a little brat, flinging his nightstick at him, or his baton at him, and then not even realizing what he had done, because he fell on that piece of rubble and it killed him. So Nightwing didn't deserve to die, but they killed him twice that year, I think. Killed him twice. Alright, that's enough of the Dick jokes. Who wrote that scene? Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor wrote the scene. Do you like a tighter script or a looser script? Nasser asks me. I don't know. I don't really know. I can work from either. I'm working off of a plot for these breakdowns here. This is just off of a plot. So this entire thing here was about a paragraph's worth of writing. And then, because I knew I'd have to pace it out myself. So that's what I did there. Yeah, some of the stuff. I mean, it's good. You know, people like my Injustice stuff, but it's not all going to be as good. It's not going to be as good as Lone Star for sure, because I just have more time to love and take care of this thing. So horrible Tom. Gotta head to bed. See you later, Pope Fire. It's early nap time for you. Any other questions I missed up here?
Oh my gosh. Did I kill you too?
Did I miss some? Oh, trading cards. I have Injustice trading cards because I have no life. Injustice trading cards? I didn't even know they made them. Did they use my art? Oh, Pope Fire left, huh? Was Tom cool to work with? His Marvel stuff is terrible. Yeah, I didn't talk to him much. I talked to him, you know, via email once in a while. I saw him at, I think, one convention. We hung out and sat next to each other and did some signings and stuff. No, two conventions. And actually, I have a bunch of books I brought to him to have him signed because I was selling them at eBay at the time. But I didn't bother selling them after he signed them. So I've got a bunch of books signed by him. I could probably sign them myself and then like put them up on eBay or something. Maybe I'll do like a what do you call it? I'll do I could do an auction here. This scene I did actually have fun with, where he runs, jumps, slaps him on the head, blows his head off. It's fun. Fun stuff. Getting to beat up Solomon Grundy.
Dragon.
Always fun, always fun. How's the Comicsgate trading card formats coming? You're going to need that soon if you intend to only ship once to each backer. Yeah, that's worked. We're working on that behind the scenes today, actually. And so, yeah, hopefully that'll be... I was thinking about actually doing new art for that, or... Maybe... I don't know. I'll have to decide that. You guys think I should do new art for the comic, or for the trading card, or I think a lot of the guys are just gonna, you know, grab cover art like from stuff they've previously drawn. But you know, I did a lot of cards, and it was always new art for the cards. So make it special. Okay. I think I'll try and make it special. So, any other questions for Injustice before I move on and begin to draw some lovely Lone Star, Heart of the Hero? Any questions? Any questions? I'll give you 5 seconds. Cards have to be dynamic. Yes. There's only 30 people watching, so I think people are not getting their notices. Comicsgate agreed on the format after I got mine in the mail. Oh. What? You already did your cards, Nasser? That's funny. Look at you ahead of the game. Hey, everybody, there's 29 of you watching now. Can you smash those likes up? Make sure you have your bells rung and your all that fun stuff. And make sure you are signed up to the mailing list. You know, I think the part of the reason when I start this, I don't have as many... like hashtags and stuff, because when I do the ones at night I have lots of hashtags, but I think maybe people just like the Aloha Hour better than these random ones I do. So alright, yours could be a special edition. Asked around, nobody knew what was up, so I figured we weren't gonna match. Alrighty, any other questions? I am gonna bow out of Injustice. I do think I still have this page too. Alright, so this is me, Injustice. You know, it's funny, I was just thinking, it was like years ago, you know, this was my favorite book, and look how thick this is. You know, I just wanted to do a maxi series because I wanted my my work in a big old fat book like this, and that's why I was doing the series with. I was doing a JLA series. I can't remember. Len Kaminsky maybe was writing it. I can't remember exactly. And it was greenlit and everything because I wanted to do the DC version, a DC Avengers Forever. Right? It was gonna like have everybody in DC in it. It's really weird because that dream of mine. I mean, look. The Injustice book is just as fat. I mean, this is just 1 year of Injustice, and we've done. I mean, granted, I didn't do all the artwork in this, but they did this for 5 years, and I guess my DC dream came true. It took a good long while, but I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to have been a part of this big fat book and this, you know, long project. So Peter Gilmore says Injustice got 3 of my friends into comics. Peter, I heard that over and over again. Not 3 friends, but at conventions I'd go to online and stuff, I would hear that that Injustice got people into comics, brought people back into comics. And that's what we're doing now. That's the Indiegogo, the YouTube, the whole Comicsgate community. That's what we're doing. So we're taking Injustice and that growing of the market, reaching outside of the mainstream direct market and bringing new readers in, and that's how we'll save the industry. We can't save the industry by trying to sell product
1v1.
to the pre-existing pool of buyers, because that pool of buyers is growing old and quitting and going by the wayside year after year, month after month, week after week. There's just more people leaving the hobby of comic book collecting. So we, thankfully, Injustice and Comicsgate and this entire movement and community, we are taking the power back, Iwazaru. We're circumventing the direct market to reach out. Comicstorian is not a lost cause. I'm sorry, he's not. And Comicstorian is, you know what? Comicsgate or not, Comicstorian is reaching outside of the comic book marketplace. He's got 1.8 million subscribers, right? That means he's reaching more people than read Marvel Comics or read DC Comics individually. That's right. He's got people reading comic books via YouTube. There are millions of people reading comic books via webtoons. There are comic readers out there that have never walked into a comic book store or purchased a comic book, and we have to reach them. We have to go outside and get them because they're not coming to the comic book stores. And this new method, direct marketing, not direct marketing, that's like multi-level, direct outreach, zero pipeline marketing, as Caesar has proclaimed it. This is how we save the comic book industry, and we will be doing it at the chagrin of those currently in control, but that's okay. That is how revolutions are born. That is how revolutions grow. So, subs not equal views. No, Andrew, I mean, everybody, that's obvious. I don't get 1,600 views on all of my videos. I only have 1,600. Actually, I'm getting close to 1,700 subs. And please, if you're here and you're new, please do sub. I do need to grow my audience because that's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. I read the comics Zach throws out into the rain. It's the Marvel movie problem. Huge audience, but very little are coming to comic stores for some reason. Because they're not being coaxed gently into the comic book stores. It's the greatest failure of marketing of possibly any industry in the history of mankind that they could not convert 10, 15 years of Marvel movie fans in any reasonable numbers into Marvel comic fans. It is an absolute failure. It sits at the feet of Marvel Studios, Marvel Publishing, whatever. Those guys, they blew it. Bottom line, they blew it. DC's blowing it. DC's blowing it with Injustice. DC has the opportunity to take the Injustice comics and create a fan base of their comics unlike anything they've seen since the 90s, right? Maybe before that, because just look at it. You go to Comic Store and you go to Comics Island, you go to these other guys' pages, and you see that the Injustice readers, the ones that are reading or watching the story on YouTube, they number in the hundreds of thousands. Okay. Hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions on some of them. Views over and over again, people watching these things. And I go to my editor and I'm like, dude, you have to make Injustice into a webcomic. Because if it's not a webcomics, some of these webcomics, particularly the video game tie-in, or not tie-in, the video game-based webcomics, like Penny Arcade and Control-Alt-Delete. Dude, these guys get millions of daily readers. And Injustice is tailor-made, not Tom Tailor-Made, but tailor-made for that audience. Get it up as a webcomic, promote it through those other sites, promote it on Xbox or PS3, promote it with the video game, promote it. You could have brought in so freaking many new readers into comics. It would have been insane. But they did nothing. All they did... it was such a missed opportunity, and I was begging them to do it, and they're like, well, we'll consider it. I'm like, oh my gosh. You guys are killing me. So no, they don't get it. They don't see the future. They don't get the future. But we are the future. So I have complete faith in what we're doing, that we are going to make a huge difference now and forever. We're just getting started. We are just getting revved up. So, yes. Sorry about my tirade, but yeah, it's important to me. It's so important to me. This has been my life. Comics have been my life. I mean, as far as interests and hobbies go, or whatever, comic books have no equal. I mean, other than art, but that's part of it too. Art, it's like faith, family, comic books. So it is so important to me. So it's taken up most of my life. This hobby is most of my life. I almost like that there's an agenda behind their lack. It's almost like there is an agenda behind their lack of drive. It's I think it's bean counting. I don't know. I think they're so concerned. Let's see, this is page 26. 26, people. Page 26. They may be so concerned about where their next dollar is coming from that they miss the opportunity to plant the seeds that will bring in a generation of readers. And it does break my heart. So let's see, I'm going to do a nice... let's see, what think JoJo's going outside again. You bring them in and they run into all that crap that's being published. First and last comic for them. Yeah. I've talked to comic retailers who are like, you know, not all comic retailers are left-wing idiots. Some of them are actually reasonable, business-minded people. But I've had people at comic shops talk about how, you know, mothers will bring their kids into, after they see Iron Man or Spider-Man or Captain America, and they'll come in and be like, you know, hey, can I get the latest, whatever, Thor? And is that JoJo or an earthquake? Just JoJo. And they'll come in and, oh, here's Jane Foster Thor. And they're like, that's not Thor. They're looking for Chris Hemsworth. And, you know, obviously they don't need Chris Hemsworth to be the actual dude, but they want Thor. They don't want She-Thor, you know, the power of Grayskull. And so they get disappointed. They're like, well, you can buy this old book from the 1990s. And they're like, no thanks. And they don't want to buy well, they're not going to buy an old comic book, but they don't want to buy a, you know, trade paperback or something. They want to just, you know, do that like what we always did. Just a real quick, spontaneous purchase, you know. I'm talking about someone who had a comic book shop right next to the movie theater at a mall. So, you know, they come right out of the mall, they come to the comic book store, and then they walk away empty-handed because none of the stuff there is the stuff that they just watched in the movie. And they walk away disappointed. And the comic shop doesn't make any money. And the comic industry doesn't grow. So, yeah. I haven't bought a comic book in 25 years. I'm buying the Comicscape books because I love the creators and love interacting with the artists. There you go. There you go. 25 years. I should start writing all these down. Maybe I might be too high up with this piece here. So, let's see. Oh, wait. I think I wanted to change the direction on this. Alright, I wanted the little girl. Spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, look away. Look away. Don't look. Close your eyes. We had a comic shop in the mall here that closed down a year and a half ago. They were literally a 2-minute walk from the theater, and that was also in the mall. Yeah. How crazy is that? Those were the stores that should have been the most popular, the most what do you call it? Successful, right? The ones that had the immediate spontaneous buy audience of readers or kids coming out of all these great movies. Not, you know, great movies and the DC movies.
Heroes never die. Heroes never die.
But yeah. The Gulag system lasted until Stalin died. Have you read the Gulag Archipelago?
Come on.
I think I only got about halfway through it. That's a miserable. It is a book of misery. All right, no super chats so far. Just checking. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. Yeah, just so you guys know, if you watch these streams, there may be some spoilers. And I know that's no good for anybody. Maybe I shouldn't do this. What do you think, guys? Should I not do this? Because you're going to get spoilers. Not like the big major spoilers, because there's pages I'm not going to share. But maybe some minor spoilers. Super chats aren't working for me right now. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. If Dick gets killed, nobody panics. But when Barbara gets crippled, everyone loses their minds. You don't care for spoilers, or you don't care about spoilers? Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up because I want him to be still right next to this character. So I'm going to probably have to erase him, which means I have to go steal an eraser for my dog.
Yes. 100 skill. Got my 100 skill. Another one that does. They'll never find me. They'll never find me.
Alright, I can't find my eraser. That's not good. That's no good. That's no good. What do you guys do with my erasers anyways?
You know use it.
Huh?
You know.
Daddy,
What?
I want pool.
I'm not taking you to the pool.
No, you.
Can you go to the pool tomorrow?
I have to take Bachan to the hospital. Go to the doctor tomorrow.
Maybe mommy can take you.
Do you have that eraser, Eden? I need an eraser. Eraser. Erasore. I need an eraser. I need an eraser. Where the heck did you guys put my eraser? Mike has a Hello Kitty back tattoo. Ha 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 ha. No. Sorry. I hate to disappoint, but I only have one tattoo and it's up on my shoulder.
Michael, this dude's rabid. He's rabid.
I don't know if this will work.
He's supposed to get air. The dude's rabid. He was jumping around with the horse.
Oh yeah, this will work. This will work. All right. Eden, do you have the eraser?
No.
Where'd you put it?
Mine?
Yeah, yours. I'm kidding with this. Is there an eraser in here? I swear. How many erasers do I have to buy? I know, but I bought like 20 erasers. And you guys take them all. And then I never have one when I need one. You know, I made a comic strip about this. This isn't... It's such a frustrating... irritating... frustrating... Oh, there's my other thing. I don't know where that was.
What?
Oh, my little travel kit. Travel kit. Come on. My kingdom for an eraser. This is beyond ridiculous. I don't want to use one of these. These erasers suck.
No, you.
Mike has had to put a samurai helmet on and whatnot. Curb your erasing. I don't know if this is even going to work. Ugh, I hate. Look at that. It's a kid's eraser. Hate these things.
Is it trash?
Yeah, they're trash. This is the thing you guys should have been using. Don't take my erasers off my desk. These erasers are probably going to tear up the paper. Jeez. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Oops, dang it, I dropped it in my coffee.
How'd you do that?
Sorry, guys.
Yes.
I gotta go dump my coffee out.
Micah, this is loot for the noobs, right? Noob loot. Yeah. Look how much XP I get. Already? And I'm at 90. I should have just... What the heck? Oh. Of course. Stupid lightning shards. Come on. I don't really because of you. I don't want to set the world on fire. Watch. I don't want to set the world on fire. I log. Micah, I only log when someone's a healer. They spam heal. How come they eat so fast, but I wouldn't have heals like instantly, right? How does they store so many heals?
This must be the most captivating live stream ever.
No, you.
Mike looking for an eraser.
No, you.
Somebody's played Fallout. It was never the kids. Mike is just dunks all his erasers in his coffee.
He has a point.
He does not have a point. Let's see. This eraser is like so hard. So scared of just ruining the finish on the paper. So ghetto, man. Okay, where were we? Remember those erasers in kindergarten that looked like food and flowers? My brother got those stuck up his nose all the time.
No, those things are the best movie.
Alright, so I'm going to do... Yeah, I kind of like this pose here. So, I'm going to stick with this pose. And then... I'm going to have this... See, if I'm using the ground here, maybe I should do tilt. Tilt the ground a little bit. And then stretch out.
Doing so much damage. I want to get the Mexicans mad. See controller.
So it's fun about doing like big like onslaught action scenes is you can do, like I have this foreground character here, right? And then, here, maybe you guys can't see what I'm doing quite. And then I have the main body action stuff here, right? So I'm gonna have him like having him in shooting stance, but then have this vampire come up on him super fast and like knock the gun away so that he can't be shot, but have like bam, 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 bam. I'll have like some, and then, but then behind him I can put other cool smaller action stuff going on down here. So that's the kind of stuff where, like, if I was on a tight deadline, I would just be like, okay, I'll just do these 3 main figures and I'll just, you know, try to do some quick thing in the background. But here I can concentrate on doing like really cool just action stuff just in background. Just keep it interesting, like every layer, so that it'll have 3 layers of depth and interest. And most importantly, I'll have fun. Ha 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 ha. My mom says I laugh too much on my live streams. Always the critic, always the critic. I use those Japanese 28 corner erasers. Really, really good. Yeah, I usually use Staedtler white. Yes.
Now you gotta close your eyes.
I'm live streaming.
Close your eyes.
Why do I have to close my eyes?
Close your eyes. Okay. And
Look, good eyes.
surprise!
What is that? Yay! That's the new way? They do that now? Look! JoJo got 3 thumbs up. Yay! Happy JoJo? Good boy.
I want pool.
I'm not taking you to the pool.
Please?
No. Get out of here.
Please?
Get out of here, kid. You bother me.
He said please. No, he said peace.
Hi, channel. She found your eraser. No, she did not find my eraser. She found JoJo's. JoJo has a daily report card because he's in the special needs class. So they report whether or not he has been a good boy. And today he was a good boy. 3 thumbs up all day long. 3 thumbs up. So this will be cool. I have this fast vampire just zooming up out of the darkness into the light. Here he comes, ready to fight. Bare your neck, prepare for the bite. Your blood, the vampire's delight.
No, you. No, you.
Alright.
He's gonna walk.
WC Fields. What? That's deep, Mike. I just made that up. There's certain words that are really easy to rhyme because they have so many, things that end rhyme with light, ite, spite, night, right, tight, flight, kite, might, bite, trite, night.
Light.
Didn't I say light?
Fight.
I say fight, flight,
Right.
right. Bright. Is this where the camera suddenly shifts to Mike and he throws down a glass of red wine? Slight.
You have no earlobe?
Is Mike having a stroke? Smite! Smite! No, Mike is not having a stroke. Mike is simply drawing and babbling at the same time.
Then get some. I can't crack one. Well, he's scared of me.
Alright, I don't really need to draw all of his anatomy because he's going to be wearing a vest anyways. Shite. Brain, insane, pain, vein, main, train, cane, stain. Pain. Oh, you already said that? Oh, you already said pain. Plain, Jane. Yeah, I was watching this documentary on Eminem and how he used to just go look up like words that rhymed, and he would just write down and try to memorize entire you know, catalogs of words that rhymed, words that almost rhymed, so that you could fake it to make them rhyme. You know, that's why he's like so good at just rhyming stuff off the cuff. Rhyming stuff off the cuff, but it wasn't enough because he's too tough to bluff his way through. I don't know. I can't do it. Dan Fraga, I am not. Fraga boom! He's in the room. He's gonna draw some doom. He got no hair, so you don't have to groom.
Wow. Bloom.
Yeah, his favorite onions are the ones that bloom. This is ridiculous stuff. Sorry. Well, nobody's asking me any deep theological questions, so I've just got to fill the air with nonsensical babbling. If you don't like it, there's the door. No one is forced to stay here. 'Tis a free country, my friends. 'Tis a free country. 'Tis a free video. You don't have to pay a thing to sit here and watch me babble on nonsensically in rhymes that don't also make sense. Yeah. Alright. Was real. Mike slips into madness. It's such a nice door, too. Would I visit Syria? Who's Syria? Get it? Because Syria, the country. Oh, you know what? I would visit Syria. I would visit Syria. I know, or I met a guy, a Coptic Christian from Iraq, and he was saying that Syria was like awesome. I mean, at least under like when he lived there, which it was really funny because he was just going on and on about how great Saddam Hussein was because he was a Coptic Christian, and Saddam Hussein was the only one who would stand up against the freaking insane Muslim fundamentalists who were terrorizing the Christians in Iraq. So I don't know, it's weird getting perspectives from people who were there because all we ever got was the news, you know, the CNN, BBC version of what was going on. But yeah, I talked to this guy. I live in Spring Valley. There are a freaking ton of Coptic Christians in this area. Maybe in San Diego in general. So you'll run into him now, and you can talk to him, and you ask him about stuff. And this guy actually had Saddam Hussein on his cell phone as his.
Oh my god.
You were in Iraq. You could tell us some stuff. Tell us some stuff, Sierra Whiskey. But he was saying, like, you know, if you watch videos on Assad, like videos of like actual people in Syria, they freaking love Assad. He's not, you know, they don't think he's like some sort of a psycho, and they like call CNN out for just lying about him. But yeah, this dude I met. You don't have to do that right outside my door. This dude I met freaking loved Assad. He's like he was, you know, so good for his people, and he was like, you know, talking about how they used to go to Syria because it was like so modern and they would basically go there like for the nightlife and to hang out. Barbershop I go to is in Santee, owned by Iraqi Christians. The best haircut in San Diego. So you talk to them about this. You get the same kind of info from them, like about Syria and stuff. Who asked me if I would go to Syria? Been there, not going back. Which part you been to? Like parts that are getting blown up.
This is happening.
I mean the parts that are, you know, that the quote unquote rebels are trying to take, trying to keep hold on, and that's the thing, they keep the people there hostage, right? It's like if you're all right, if the rebels are really against the government, then why would they keep the people there as hostages? Right? It's like that doesn't sound like freedom fighters to me. That sounds like invaders. If Assad doesn't sell his oil in dollars, your gasoline goes up $2 a gallon. So he's evil or will be made to look evil, and the Sunni Wahhabi Al-Nusra will be made to look good even if they're Hillary's ISIS. Southern Syria along the Iraqi border pre-ISIS, back when they were still in control of Iraq. When we were still in control of Iraq. Well, he was. I think he was talking about before we invaded Iraq this time around, like, because he would just cross the border, go to Syria, and because it was all modern, and they'd have like clubs and stuff, and there was like no, I guess not a lot of clubs in Syria, I guess. I don't know. I wish I'd have gotten more info. It was like a 20 minute ride, and we were just talking about it because he was my tow truck driver. A lot of tow truck drivers here are Iraqi Coptics. They're Islamic religious freedom fighters. They don't care about governments or traditional identity, only that you adopt the type of Islam they want. Yeah, you're talking about the quote-unquote rebels, right? Because they don't want... Because Assad is a freaking... He's a secular leader. And they don't want secular leaders. They want Islamic fundamentalist leaders. Because they want to take over the world. Sounds familiar. Allahu Akbar. Boom! Our government has a tendency to leave chaos in its wake. We're better off leaving some parts of the world alone. Here is the reference I seek. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. The rebels are extremists, the bad guys. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. Am I right, or am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? That's right, I had...
How did he kill somebody?
There's a video of some Syrian people teaching kids how to pretend to gas attack victims. Makes you wonder at the very least. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all those freaking... I was so mad at Trump when he bought that lie about the Syrian gas attack, because there's literally no reason why Assad would have gassed his own people. It is such a freaking scam, false flag. Drove me nuts. Drove me nuts. This drawing looks like an extreme high five. Syria is been looking to take that for years. Trump saw through that. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, if you swear, Jack, I'm not gonna share it because this is a family show. So if you could reword that in a way that isn't full of swearing, I would appreciate it. Thank you. But I appreciate your verve regardless. Damn right, Mike. Sorry. False flag, you're saying Monday Matt caused it? Monday Matt? I don't get that. You mean mundane Matt? Mundane Matt? Mundane Matt is the cause of all our problems. I'm not on his radar because I don't want to get flagged by that guy. Just take out the F-bombs, LMO. Fudge it.
Let me have it.
The only good gas attack is a Blazing Saddles gas attack. Gaddafi was a good leader. Boy, what an interesting case study that was, where we had a guy who just folded. He saw what we did in Iraq, and he's like, okay, I'm out. I don't. And then the Muslim fundamentalists went in there, pretended to be, you know, rebels, and murdered the guy. And then, you know, Hillary Clinton decided to laugh about it. We came, we saw, he died.
That sounds like a witch.
Yeah, she is a witch.
Sounds like Hillary.
It sounds like Hillary, that's right. I'm raising my children right. They recognize that the witch laugh is Hillary.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows Hillary is the witch. Yeah, she is. She is. Something about her, man. She is a crazy. She's for crazes. The Marsh Arabs don't think Saddam was very neat. Yeah. Trying to remember what were they actually called? I hate Hillary. That's as political as I'll get tonight. The clip of Ursula from The Little Mermaid sounds like Hillary. Iwazaru, thank you. Time goes by so slowly. Pencil. 8% of Mauritanians are enslaved. BLM doesn't care.
Nah.
No, they only care about political power in America, right? That's all it's about. It's all it's ever been about. Alright, I'm gonna need to put up some. Hillary, concern. What book is it? Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. There's nothing religious about Wahhabi. They are mercenaries. Religion is a cover, and there's good reason they are decapitators on oil. And in South America and Middle East, big regions, but they on oil.
What?
You don't think the Wahhabis are a fundamentalist sect of Islam? Is that what you're saying? Because they seem like a pretty hardcore fundamentalist sect of Islam from what I understand, but I could be wrong. I doubt it, but share with me your information. I am always willing to learn. Funny thing about me, I like to learn.
I'm so mean.
What's the panel Mike is drawing? I am drawing page 26 of Lone Star. Lone Star, Heart of the Hero.
Do what?
I need some more coffee.
Here. This is gonna be awkward.
Time goes by so slowly.
Here's Emerald bag, right?
Sweet knee pad, brah. Oh, thank you.
Emerald, here's Emerald bag.
That's the first time anyone has ever complimented me on my knee pads.
Juicy.
Eraser blend coffee. Ask Bird by name. Wahhabis are the main problem. Well, yeah. It is an interesting problem.
No.
To say the least. Did you decide on an older or new logo for Lone Star? Gosh, Rainbow, I still, he's asking about the shirts. I still have not heard back about when the shirts are going to be ready or listed. It's, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I should try hitting, I've been emailing the guy, so maybe I should try hitting him up on Twitter. Maybe. I need to do something about that because, yeah, I mean, the cash grab shirts went up, right? What the heck? Older or new logo for Lone Star? I think I'm going to go with the new one or some version of the new one because I want it to be legible from a distance. That's kind of the important part for me. So, yeah.
Yes, he's
The man that founded the Wahhabi sect was funded by the British in the early 1900s. What's your point? I mean, I don't know if that's true. I mean, it's not like a Brit founded Islam. I'm pretty sure that was Muhammad. And if you're trying to say that's what made them crazy fundamentalists, is that what you're trying to say? You're not trying to say that, right? Who's long-standing fighting? Who's long-standing? You mean Lone Star? Lone Star is fighting a vampire. Oh, Sargon's on right now. Darn it, he's supposed to have us on. Did you copy the eagle from the San Fran flag? No, I didn't. Why? Does it look like the eagle on the San Francisco flag? Oh, they're checking to see if either of those flags are racist. No. They're good guys. They're on the right team. Time goes by so slowly. Will this book have any ghosts that feed on Islamophobia?
Oh my god.
No. Thanks for asking.
Oh gosh, what the heck was that?
Star, Lone Star. Lone Star. Mike, do you have a favorite NFL team? No, I do not. If I had to, it would be the Niners, just because I grew up in San Jose. And that was the team of our... That was just a team. That's the only team only football game I ever went to was the Niners. I'm not a big sports fan. I've been to one Niners game, one Sharks game, one A's game. I went to a professional soccer game when I was a kid. I don't remember who was playing though. So, nope, sorry. I need to throw some dots and commas in there. I get why it's tough to read me. I will call Crypto Fashion and demand my Lone Star shirts now. Do it! Do it! Yeah, pester them. Be like, why haven't you gotten Lone Star up yet? Everybody's waiting. We need Lone Star. We need Lone Star. Yeah, I'll put this up here. And I am hungry again. Darn it. I don't want to be hungry while I'm drawing. Are vampires... Philosophical question from Doppelgamer. Are vampires wrong to delay their visit to the afterlife, even if they avoid killing humans? No, I don't think the length of your life is wrong, one way or the other. Either way. A long life is a blessing, scripturally. So
How'd that kill her?
I would guess an extraordinarily unnaturally long life would be a blessing as well. Just keep boxes of chocolate donuts under your desk like EVS. So mean. 2 letters a day and 3 phone calls until crypto gets our shirts. Just keep boxes. Oh, I already did that. Yeah. So, what do all of you guys do that you can be on here every single time I start streaming? Are you all independently wealthy or retired or what? I mean, I know, Sketch. I know your answer. Oh, man. All my friends were killed by oil wars. All our support goes to Sunnis. All terrorists that attack us are Sunnis. Hillary should be serving a life sentence for treason and profiteering. Yeah, I think if you're talking about the, like, maintaining the power of the greenback, then yeah, but we didn't get any freaking oil from Iraq. And I'm of the mind that I would have been happy to take the oil from Iraq because, you know what, wars for natural resources are as old as mankind, so I don't know why that's such a gripe nowadays. Because we're so civilized. We're all so civilized now that we cannot go to war for natural resources anymore. Well, what if the guy that has the natural resources is a psychopath who tortures his own people? Well, you know, we still can't go to war. We must be nice and give him all of our money so that he can live in luxury as he tortures all of his own people. Which, you know what, I know I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth about this because I just don't know the real situation. Like I said, the Coptic Christian was like, Saddam was good for the Christians because the Muslims would kill the Christians, and Saddam would kill the Muslims for killing the Christians because he was trying to keep the peace. And how do you keep the peace when you have a population of people who are psychotic? Well, I guess you gotta kill some of them because, you know, Cheney and Bush made a killing in Iraq. It's a self-employed artist. I listen to YouTube live streams all day while I draw. Oh, there you go. You have solar panel. We should have an unstoppable power grid. The Bretton Woods Accords and later to switch the petrodollars make oil necessary. It's not. You can't run cars on solar, Sketch. You can't run rigs. You can't run oil liners. You can't run a navy. You can't run the world moves on oil. So I think that's a little naive. Been watching too much Alex Jones, buddy. Uh-oh, don't say Alex Jones. They'll demonetize me. We didn't go to war for Iraq's oil. We went to blow it up and use U.S. tax dollars to pay Halliburton and other corps to rebuild it. I saw it firsthand. Huh. Halliburton, you say? Well, I'm just glad we have Donald Trump, who, for the first time in, I think, 40 years, has been in office nearly 2 years and has not started a war. He's the first president in like 40 years not to start a war in his first 2 years as president. Isn't that crazy? You're demonetized. Definitely need oil for big machinery, but you can run cars and other things on solar. No, you can't. I mean, you have to freaking, you'd have to convert every car in the country to battery powered, which means you're gonna have to dig up entire mountains. I am so not anti-oil. It's ridiculous. Why? It's a cheap, available, very potent energy source. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I'm happy to have alternate uses. I mean, alternate sources. I have solar on my house, okay? But for Pete's sake, the solar energy is being, or not solar, the, like electric cars are run on coal. So what's, I don't know. Let the small cars run on gas. Convert to big rigs, let the small cars run on gas. There's other things to do. There's other ways to do it. But oil is a necessity until it's not. And assuming that you can just convert an entire nation into lithium-ion battery running electrical cars, it's a pipe dream. There are how many? Like 200, 300 million cars in America. You're not going to swap them all out for solar-run vehicles. It's just never going to happen. Yeah, big rigs will never run on solar. Trains will never run on solar. Yeah, we're always going to need oil. Oil or some sort of, I don't know what you could possibly use to replace oil, like, because it is a legitimate need that we're always going to have. So it's, if you believe otherwise, I'd like to see how you came to that conclusion, because it seems like a pretty freaking far-fetched pipe dream to me that's being sold to people just to, I don't know why it's being sold to people. Mike is a mustache-twirling oil baron, confirmed. A better alternative is just to run stuff on LNG. What is LNG? Lots of buses and trucks already switched over to that. Burns much cleaner. Oh, natural gas? Oh yeah, natural gas would be great. But you know what you can do, and I don't know why it isn't done more often, you can take trash and basically boil it and convert it into oil. There was a place in Texas, I think it was in Texas, that was doing it. Just look it up on YouTube. There's videos of how it works, and there's even a video of a guy in Japan who had like a small, like literally tabletop version. So the one in Texas, I think it was Texas. I might be wrong. It was like this giant plant-sized place, and they threw like tires and plastics and trash and blah blah, all this stuff into this giant boiler, and then they superheated the boiler, and it broke down the compositions of all the trash into oil. Right, all the different oils, from freaking crude, or I don't know if it's crude, but you know, like natural gas, kerosene, gasoline, diesel. It broke it down naturally just through the heating process. And then this guy in Japan created a similar thing, like a tabletop version. So he would take just little bits of like the trash in his like little 6-gallon trash can, and he'd put it in this thing, and he'd do the same thing, and it would come out, and he would use the oil for, I don't know what the hell he was using it for. But all of this trash, it doesn't have to go into landfills, it doesn't have to go into recycling, it can just be freaking converted into oil and used. So I don't know why we don't do it. I don't know. I don't know. There's much I don't understand in this world. It's just like the kid who 20 years ago, I remember it. It was when I was living in San Diego. Yeah, 20 years ago. 18 years ago. There was this kid who discovered, oh my gosh, there's a bacteria that eats plastic. And so, and you know, he was like a high school kid at the time. And he's like, I wanted to see if there was a bacteria I could discover that would eat plastic. And he did find it. And then he proved it. He showed it eating, you know, like plastic bags and stuff like that. And And he's like, well, if we just take this bacteria and we introduce it into, you know, whatever, junkyards or whatever, in order to, you know, digest and biodegrade plastic. And I'm like, back then I was like, you know what? Nobody's ever going to hear from this kid again. And it didn't. And it didn't. And you didn't. None of you have heard of this, right? None of you have heard of, oh, you mean you could biodegrade plastic with the right bacteria? Think of the bacteria during the Gulf oil spill, right? All these people are saying, oh my gosh, this is going to be an extinction level event, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I just went and researched previous oil spills. And every single previous oil spill, nature took care of it in about a year. Right? And so I was like, dude, in 2 years, none of you are even going to be talking about this oil spill. It's just, you know, the tragedy of the day. It's going to cost some money to clean up some, you know, certain areas. But you know, in a couple of years, and everyone's like, no, it's going to ruin the coastline forever and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, just go look it up. And so it wasn't even a year. A year later, nobody was talking about it. Except for like the 1 year ago today, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and they say how much it costs all the people and all that stuff. But it was funny. Yeah, it was bacteria. So this little known bacteria at the bottom of the ocean, the oil would come in, and this little known bacteria that would eat the petroleum products, because apparently there's bacteria that eat petroleum. They flourished. So this population, because, you know, when you give a population of creatures a lot of food, they flourish. And so what happened? They flourished. The things that ate the bacteria flourished. The things that ate those things flourished. And pretty soon, within about 6 months to a year, the entire economic or ecological disaster was gone. It was completely forgotten about, except for maybe people who didn't clean up their yards or whatever. Mike hates delicious shrimp. Mike loves delicious shrimp, but Mike cannot eat delicious shrimp because delicious shrimp is something Mike is allergic to. And it's very sad. It is very sad. Circle of life, that is right. Oil is not a fossil fuel. Nothing ever lived where it is found in a mineral talk to any real geologist. No, yeah, fossil fuel is a misnomer. Fossil fuels are there's no such thing. You can make oil out of pretty much any biological material given the right process. But do they teach you this stuff in school? No, they don't. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's no education in our school system. Stormy weather. They talk about and show the plastic-eating bacteria all the time. The problem is it's really slow. It'll slightly degrade a plastic bag in 12 months. It doesn't matter. It's the... Wait, what do you mean all the time? I haven't seen anything about it since then. So what is this all the time? Where are you reading this? But it does. It degrades it. And if it takes 6 months or a year or 2 years, who cares? That's how long it takes to biodegrade a freaking tree. So if you can biodegrade plastic at the same rate, it's, you know, it's still biodegrading. People are saying like, oh, this plastic bag will be in the environment for 10,000 years. It's like, no. Hey, can you go get me a bottle of water?
I can.
Okay, go get me a bottle of water.
I can't do that.
The process takes more energy than it takes to create the oil. Are you referring to the turning trash into oil? Because it really doesn't. Because the you use the, I think they used the natural gas that they were deriving from the oil to boil the trash that created not only the natural gas but all the other oils, or all the other gases. So no, it wasn't a problem. It worked. Worked great. So I see it in science pressed 2 to 3 times a year. Like the bag will be slightly thinner. It won't have any holes. Maybe 10 years for it to eat a full bag. What are they doing with it then? Are they trying to find a way to accelerate? Are they trying to find a way to focus those bacteria? Because I mean, is this clean?
Don't know.
Because like I said, look at the bacteria that was in the ocean. It was a very, there was very little of this bacteria, right? But as soon as you started freaking force feeding it millions and millions of gallons of oil, they flourished, and they took care of the problem in 6 months. So, yeah, I'm sure there's some way to harness the power of that kind of a bacteria if you're trying to get rid of plastic. Now, again, my opinion is don't get rid of the plastic. Just take that plastic, throw it in a freaking burner, turn it back into oil, and use it again. Eminem versus Etrigan. Who wins the rap battle? Eminem. Sorry. Meanwhile, another landfill catches fire. You know what? I'm a big fan of landfills. I love to trigger environmentalists. It might need that bacteria in the future if sunken oil tankers from World War II rust enough to leak. You know what? We probably wouldn't even notice. It'd be in the middle of the ocean. The bacteria would flourish. By the time anyone found out, they would have eaten all the oil. Hell, they might have already. All the plastic is being dumped by China and Africa. China! Trash in the West really isn't a problem. You can seal it in a clay-lined pit and just seal it. Well, it's funny people complain about, like, oh, where are we going to put all the trash? Man, I live in San Diego. It's a big city. And you have to go way out of the way to go see the freaking landfill here. I'm guessing that most people living in San Diego have never even seen our landfill, because you have to drive up the 52, which is kind of an out-of-the-way highway to get to it. So, and it's been there, and it's been filling and filling and filling. And you know what? Someday, if it's ever actually full, you know what they're going to do? They're going to make a golf course out of it. Miramar landfill, yeah. Right? So, am I wrong? This is Sierra Whiskey, right? Nobody ever sees the damn landfills, or at least most. I would say like 9 out of 10, at least. Probably more than that. Probably 95, 98% of the people in San Diego have never even seen our landfills. Dump trash in a clay-lined pit and seal it forever. It's not an issue. I've been to a landfill. Well, I've been to a landfill too, but that's because I was dumping stuff. I was, took stuff to the landfill, but most people don't do that. Most people hire other people to dump stuff. So it's really not even an issue. The ocean plastic problem is an issue caused by China and Africa. I know, I already showed that, Dynamo. The media is wrong to blame Americans at all. Yeah, but the media likes to blame everything evil in the world on America because the media hates America. And yeah, I do hate seeing, floating trash in the middle of the ocean. And, as much as I hated seeing the video of that one, poor turtle who happened to snort a straw.
It's snorting crap.
It's one turtle snorting a straw. It's not like there's a rash of sea turtles, you know, out there looking for straws to snort.
Snorting crap.
So, you know, taking away the rights of Americans to use sanitary plastic straws to keep from getting sick because these minimum wage frickin' dishwashers don't want to clean the glasses properly, and therefore, you know, they're unsanitary and disgusting. I don't know. It's ridiculous. This whole state is upside down. Yeah.
Get ready. We gotta go back.
Who's going to Bachan's?
Remember the dinner at 6:30?
Dinner at 6:30. Oh. I guess I have to stop. What do you think of Fukushima? I think they should fix it. I don't know how they can. Yeah, that was pretty devastating. I was watching, you know, my mom was living here at the time, and so we had Japan TV, and so we had just 24-hour Fukushima reporting. So yeah, that was pretty devastating. I don't know what they can do to end that, because I really think it's to blame for all of the I don't know if you guys know that all of the starfish in the Pacific Northwest are gone. There used to be forests of starfish and you know, different types of starfish off of Washington and Oregon, and they're all just gone. Just freaking disappeared. Big empty bottom of the ocean. And I'm fairly certain that is probably 100% due to the Fukushima radiation in the water, probably killing off, you know, the microbacterial things that the starfish fed on, and yeah, pretty grim. Not even a lone starfish. That's just wrong. You're so messed up. A lone starfish. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up in about 10 minutes, guys, because I gotta go eat dinner at my mom's house. And again, nobody. What is with you people? I'm gonna stop reading these chats, because when I read all the chats, nobody super chats me. And then I'm just here entertaining you for no good reason.
I'd be glad.
You already do.
So this particular vampire's name is Svarog. Don't tell anybody.
Nerf this. Nerfs it.
That pun was punny. I LOL'd.
Nerfs this. Nerfs it.
We're poor. Sorry, Mike. And there's only 43 of you watching too, so
This?
I think I pretty much can read everybody's chats.
I don't want to craft it.
You could work on that nerf.
I don't have it.
I should probably make his jaw a little bigger.
Like you could craft bombs it.
Trying to match him from the last issue. Oh, that jaw's too big. All right. You know, I'm gonna stop at Office Depot on the way there. I gotta pick up some erasers.
That one shot. Nerfs it.
Yeah, that smells like.
All the leaves are falling, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray.
Nerfs it.
Got down on my knees and I began to pray.
Look, I'm cool. Like, it's like the guy says, hashtag cool.
Oh, shoot, I gotta get... Elijah, you still need to do that thing. We'll do it when you get home. Rainbow! Here's $5. Go buy a Slurpee. I can buy a couple Slurpees for $5. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't meaning to beg. I don't mean to beg, but could I, please sir, may I have another? All the leaves are falling, leaves are falling. falling from the sky is gray. And if anybody has, I think we do have something of an idea for the Aloha Hour this evening. But if anybody ever has good ideas for the Aloha Hour, feel free to send me a message on Facebook or Twitter, or send it to Edwin. Either way. Always looking for good, interesting topics. Again, I'm trying to reach out beyond our existing community to grow the pie. Grow the pie. The only way we're going to make this a long-term success is by growing this pie. So please, 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 any way you can help. Oh, also, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. And if you're new here and you don't know about my Indiegogo, I have this book here I'm drawing is called Lone Star. It is available as an in-demand store on Indiegogo currently. Just go to lonestarcomic.com and check it out. There's lots of great tiers there. Do you have to be making those noises while I'm live streaming?
Well, they want to hear me because
they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you making disgusting noises.
They like us.
That is not it.
Aliens are a completely real thing, guys.
Don't listen to him.
They come across the border. And,
They smuggle their alien equipment.
Those are just illegal aliens. Other aliens aren't illegal.
Bring super fight.
yeah, it is the Mexican guy who took over his stream.
No, you.
Yes, he will not be taking over my stream today. Thank you very much.
How many of you guys would want to see my own stream?
Why are you yelling in my ear?
I'm a legal alien in Japan.
Yeah, if you want to follow my son, go ahead. He never posts anything.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a
It's,
good
what is it? Ematio. E-M-A-T-I-O. E-M-A-T-I-O. Gaming? What's the other one with the
Matty's crap.
Ematio's app?
Pope Fire, I am working on the game right now, but my brother's on the computer, so I can't work on it right now.
And he needs to work on a new commercial for me anyways, so, there you go. The government used to call my wife an alien. My mother used to be an alien.
Pope Fire, you still never said what the Pope hat should do.
Pope Fire, I thought you were going to sleep.
No, he stayed for me.
That's a girl.
She stayed for me.
Ooh, she stayed for you, huh?
And the Pope hats. Okay, what did the Pope hats do? I need to know.
Elijah, look for me. Elijah. I would, but it's hard.
Don't encourage my son. He's yelling in my ear. Mario Gaming. I only care about Pope hats. I did, but I wanted to finish my work.
Oh yeah, the lightning. I remember now. Okay.
Do you imagine that they can't hear you if you speak a normal voice?
Yes.
Hello? I have my tacos.
What?
Elijah, you raising your taco truck?
Taco truck.
Raising money for your...
I have a Sprite.
Oh, okay. It's time to go. It's time to go. Hope you guys like what I've done thus far on this lovely page 26 of LONESTAR. But it's time for me to go to have dinner at my mother's. Inside voice, young Miller. Dinner time! Alright guys, we'll see you for the Aloha Hour. Who was Mike talking to? Oh, that was my brother. I mean, my son.
Period.
I'm your brother now?
You are my brother in Christ.
No, I thought you said you were my dad in Christ.
I'm not your dad in Christ.
Oh, so I can tell you what to do now.
No. Alright guys, see you later. Thanks for being here.
That was good.
Peace out!
Stupidest man.